football players were able to come out and support our guys and feed them, and it was a good time.
Yeah. Hey, make sure you do this though, Coach. Make sure you tell them now. Look here now. When game time start, now y'all got to move to the side because y'all ain't been at practice and on film session. You know, I've been at Black College, and you have all them ex-players. They coaching during the game. They ain't been in one practice, one meeting, but they coaching.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call security on them if they do that.
Hey, Coach, you guys have an interesting history. I came into the HBCU arena with Dion. That's how I got here, Coach. That's why I'm here, Coach. And so what I do understand, though, you're one of the schools that I had a information about because you guys would beat those perennial powers in the FCS and FBS and beat FBS schools. And so you guys had a reputation of
CAA where we've had absolutely no success. But when you're talking about a profile, I think that we're in a unique situation where once we get back rolling, I think we can increase our profile from where it was before. We won't have, the Celebration Bowl as a platform, but I think we're able to expand our brand into other markets throughout the country that have no exposure to HBCU football. They don't know nothing about HBCU football in Rhode Island or Maine. They don't know a lot about it in New York. So, we're going to show them a brand of football that I think can be appealing and attractive to athletes and students up there, because it's not just all about football. It's about growing the profile of the university. And like I said, we're the largest HBCU in the world, 14,000 strong and growing. And we have no plans of stopping.
So in other words, Coach, let me get this right. Y'all had dominated the MEAC.
So I feel like as far as the HBCU program, we are a blue blood. And modern day, we are the blue blood. And that's what we got to get back to.
That's very important. It's also important to let our audience know, because like you say, up in Maine and Connecticut and places, people got this thing about HBCUs and we don't have enough helmets or shoes or that's not A&T and probably never been that at North Carolina A&T.
That's definitely not A&T.
Hey, Coach, another point of interest for me. I don't know that I'll get a chance to talk to you before you guys play NCCU, but that game last year went viral. Well, I guess after the game it went viral because of someone you know very well.
We even get to probably 30.
Hey, what you say? Coach Gibbs gonna put that ball on him?
Hey, Coach is your type of guy. He gonna be 3 yards in a cloud of dust, baby. Outside Coach, zone, read zone, shit, cut back. Hey, look.
Coach, I guess I may as well ask you a question because people say it's old school, but I don't think it's old school. I just think I'm a guy that loves the running game. And I think the running game is a foundational part of winning. Not football, but a foundational part of winning. Why has it been in modern football, probably the last 25, 30 years, that these passing attacks, though they've been prolific, sensational, record-setting in some cases, and people have leaned into those passing games, but you mentioned some stick to the run. Let's, we had a lead, kind of remind those guys in the moment that what the objective is. Because Coach Cole is always talking about, he's always thinking points. But do you have to kind of manage that sometimes as a head coach?
Well, absolutely. Sometimes because the offensive coordinator, his job is to score points. So that's what he's thinking about. But, as a head coach, we got to play complementary football. So there might be times when it's better for us to try to run the ball, keep the ball on the ground, to run the clock or things of that nature. So there'll be times when you might have to step in as a head coach and let the coordinator know what you're thinking. But I don't want to be a head coach that's a micromanager. I mean, I hired the guy for a reason because I think he's a heck of a coach. So I'm going to let him do his thing. But if I have to step in, then that's my job. I'll step in.
Yeah.
Coach Cole, let me ask you this here, Coach.
You know, we playing in the championship game with LC, Shawn, and you know, LC my brother, and it's 4th down and 1. And hell, Shawn, I had 3 guys on my offensive line played in the NFL, and it's 4th and 1, and they up 34-19, and we down like on the 12. And you know, I'm ready to call. We gonna run that power. You know about that power, Coach.
Right.
And,
that's God's play.
That's God's play. And and we called timeout, and the kids was like, man, Coach, we know what it is. And my brother happened to call up top, and then the defense coordinator said, no, man, let's kick it. And my brother said, we going to kick it. Hey, I did little brother on him, Gibbs. I threw my paperwork up in the air. I flew it out. I said, hell no. Man, we ended up calling another timeout, man. Word come down from upstairs about being a step ahead all the time. And Shawn know it. I mean, you know, he know that offense and what he want to do way advanced before the play even called, before whatever's going on. So I just didn't want to do nobody like that. You know what I mean? Because I'd have been second guessing them and all that kind of stuff. So, and then money wise is the reason too.
Right.
Let me ask you
kind of what I did. You know, initially, because I've been a running back coach and special teams coordinator. So when I was first at Fort Valley State, I couldn't get the special teams up because what you said. I didn't want to do that to anybody. But now, you know, I feel comfortable. There's some guys have learned what to do. So now I've handed the reins over, and I just sit back and kind of, you know, oversee it, make sure we're sound. And as long as we're sound, I can live with it.
So special teams is one of your babies as well.
Special teams and running backs. And
at Grambling and in North Carolina A&T. Good Lord. How was that, and what were some of the things that you picked up from him?
Well, Coach Broadway was the ultimate CEO. And the thing that Coach Broadway did at an elite level was hold everybody in the program accountable. If you had a job, it wasn't good enough to just do your job. You had to do your job well. So he did a good job of holding all the coaches accountable. And you know, we're on live right now, but stuff rolls downhill. So when he's on the coaches are actually going to make sure that they're on the players, and then the players will make sure that they're on each other. So holding people accountable was the main thing that I learned from Coach Broadway, as well as managing people. He was a great manager of people.
Right. And then also now Coach Washington. He was up.
Coach Washington is the ultimate players coach. Okay. He had a great relationship with all the players. One of the brightest defensive minds that I
might have got the wrong guy, you know. But I just wanted to say that again. I'll turn it over to you, Rocky. Because, you know, Coach, I'm excited about North Carolina AT's future. Definitely, I got to get out there and see you guys play.
Appreciate it.
Coach, you've had some interesting stops in your coaching career. Mm-hmm. And you correct me if I'm wrong. I'm checking my homework here. You had a coaching stop in North Carolina Central.
Right.
You spent considerable amount of time at A&T.
Right.
You had an opportunity to coach at what is considerably is a football heaven, which is HBCU football heaven, which is Grambling.
Right.
Coach, of all those stops, right? You know, what did you learn about those institutions at all? Because that's quite a diverse
Black college football and the legacy and tradition, and Coach Eddie Robinson and all the great players that played there. So, you know, that taught me about legacy and what it meant to be a G-man. And then to come back to A&T where I started, and we were able to do some great things here. You know, it just taught me about what I've learned at each program is that winning remains consistent. The same way we won at North Carolina Central is the same way we won at Grambling, same way we won at North Carolina A&T, and the same way we were able to win down at Fort Valley State. And I don't want to ever forget Fort Valley State because, you know, I think that's a school that's a diamond in the rough, and a lot of people don't really give them their props for the history that they have. Because they've had some great coaches, and Coach Porter and Coach Lomax and great players. They got a Hall of Famer. They have a lot of pride. They have a lot of tradition. But the thing that's 1,000-yard rusher in the MEAC, special talent, special player.
Coach, can I ask about Tariq Cohen? Yeah. What made him special, though, Coach? We know he was a
Did you see him play, Coach?
Oh yeah. But I just want coaches. You know, every little guy doesn't have it right here to play that game, right? So what I'm saying, what was it about Tariq that made him special? We saw the agility, the quickness, the power, but what made him special beyond all that?
It's just something that's in him. I mean, he's got an energy that's contagious. I mean, when he comes out to our practices now, it just lifts up the energy of everybody around him. That's just who he is 24/7. So his energy, and he's one of the most competitive people that you'll ever meet. And I think you have to be at that size. So he had to.
I'm going to let you come in just a little bit. Keep your background sound down.
Rocky, you gotta cut noise down. Yeah.
Oh, y'all can hear me? I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I apologize, Coach. Cool. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I thought I had you off. Did you get a chance to finish, Coach? My apologies.
Oh, the last one I was going to say was Emmanuel Wilson, who's with the Packers right now, is special. So it's hard to rank all those guys. If I had to rank them, I would probably go Tariq number 1, probably Emmanuel Wilson number 2, and then Bayshul Tootin and Jermaine Martin tied for 3.
Coach, last question about running back, because this is what I like. Okay. If you had to get a ball to one of them.
Well, my thing is always, Shawn, with my show, and why it's important because
Coach Cole and the head coach of North Carolina A&T, Shawn Gibbs.
Hey, what's happening, gentlemen?
What's going
on?
All right. Hey, Coach Gibbs, this is A&T Roy, the greatest Aggie.
Number 1 fan.
Number 1 fan, baby. Hey, listen, they know it. So, Coach, I've been telling these guys that it's a new day in Aggie land. That the enthusiasm, the buy-in, and the program is a whole different thing than what we've seen in the last 2 years.
Yeah. I think that well, number 1, the fan base has been. I can't even put into words how supportive they've been of me and my staff, and then the players. They're ready to win. They're ready to work. So now we just got
that weight is off our shoulders from these last 2 years. Now I will say I think there are some folks that absolutely want us to come out with a winning record, want us to go to the playoffs. But then there are also folks who really understand, man. Sometimes you got to take some time to turn around. And then, of course, we got those in the middle. We just wait to see, but we're going to be rooting for our team and supporting coach and everybody in what they're doing.
A&T Roy, I'm not as in tune into the East Coast schools and what happens over there, but according to who was available.
Hey, Rocky, can I ask you a question though?
Sure.
Because everybody says this, and it's an argument, I guess, is going all over. But why y'all keep calling us East Coast? Like we the South. I don't like when y'all do. We the South. We're not
okay.
East Coast. We the South, man.
Okay, Coach. All right. Hey, all right. Let me say this. I'm not on.
Did when he was at A&T before the success he had, especially with running back you and some of the coaches he brought back. Man, we got championship coaches back on our coaching staff. We got Coach Washington as I think going to be a consultant. Man, we are over the moon in Aggie Land, and we're going to support. Like I said, we're going down to Tennessee State. G-Ho sold out the rest of our tickets in less than 2 hours. So, yeah, man, we're going to support this thing, and we're going to do what we can do.
Hey, ask me, what you call him? What's his name? Big Aggie? Why
I can't hear you. Say that again.
What you call him, Rocky?
A&T Roy.
A&T Roy. Why at HBCUs we sometimes just won't hire the right guy? And if a guy had been at your school and he won, he got to go through hell.
Around a pop whole lot better. You gonna move to the right so you can see.
They all
going,
there, man.
Going. No, keep going, baby. Stay right there.
Hey, man.
Leave that up. Hey, listen. I don't think we've had that conversation in Aggie land, man. Listen, we're an institution unto ourselves. We're the largest HBCU on the planet. Matter of fact, in the universe. We are growing leaps and bounds. Man, we had 52,000 applications for North Carolina A&T. Our engineering program is like no other. So, yeah, we don't have to go down that road. We're not Delaware State, Norfolk State, that, in my opinion, they needed that kind of shot in the arm. We don't need that. What we need is what we got. We got a championship coach. We got a lot of backing behind us.
All right, Roy. Hey, Coach, thank you for calling in, Roy. And we're going to get Coach out of here so he can get back to work. But thank you for calling in, Roy.
All right. Thank y'all, man. Move. Hey, you still blocking that lock?
Hey, man, you'll be all right. All right. Hey, Coach. Hey, man.
You can get for the culture. And it's always going to be about the culture. Yeah, we're in a predominantly white conference now, the CAA, but we're always going to be a HBCU, and we want to make sure that everybody understands and respects that we're going out and we're representing all of us in every game that we play outside of HBCU football. Same for everybody else. So not only us, but everybody, we got to up our game. We got to make sure that we're supporting our schools. If you want to support North Carolina A&T, you can go to AggieBoosters.com and help us out. But let's make sure that we're supporting all of our schools so we can get the culture back to where it needs to be.
All right, Coach, and I'm going to put that link in the chat so that everybody can make that donation. It's important that we support all of our institutions, Coach. I can assure you that
Tariq Cohen, anything that you can achieve in life has already been done here. So you can do it here. And we provide an environment that's made for you. So come on and be an Aggie.
Wow. That's big. That's big, Coach. Hey, look. Hey, what they say, drop the mic.
Yeah.
Take care, Coach. I'll be calling you time to time, just checking on you.
Okay. Appreciate you guys. Best of luck to y'all.
All right, thank you, Coach. You too. All right, man, that is a very impressive coach that North Carolina A&T has, Coach. You know how to pick them, Coach. When you lay your eyes on them, you know what it's supposed to look like, Coach.
Yeah, Coach. I guess I've been around long enough and been around great coaches, before me, during my time, and now, after my time. And, all those guys. So all those guys from Eddie Robinson, W.C. Gordon, having conversations with them, Marino Castles, the L.C. Coles, the Rob Broadways, the Pete Richardsons, the Comedies, the Melvin Spears, the Doug Williams. I've had conversations with all these guys and even more, and of course, now that we're doing this show, I'm talking to championship guys.
Hey, Coach, let me ask you this, Coach. I know you believe that Coach Gibbs is a championship coach. A&T has literally been the worst program in Division I HBCU football. My question is, as an administrator, put your sit in the AD spot for a moment right here. How much time do you give a guy like Shawn Gibbs at A&T?
Well, you got to give him his full contract. If you sign him for 4 years, you let him finish 4. If you sign him for 5, let him finish 5.
Yeah, Coach, I really like Coach Gibbs. I like what he represents. I like the path he took to become a head coach. But only thing is, you've mentioned and we've discussed at great length that administrators have gotten increasingly impatient with coaches. And I want to ask you this here. Do you think they're impatient because they ended up hiring the wrong guys, or they're not giving the guys enough time?
My mouth sometimes get me in trouble. But when you don't know the game, then you don't know who to hire. You know what I'm saying?
That's a bar. Hold up, Coach. Hold up. Repeat that again.
if you don't know the game and what you need in your program, then you end up hiring the wrong guy. You know what I mean? North Carolina A&T need a championship coach. School. When that law firm probably don't even have an HBCU graduate nowhere in it. You know what I'm saying? And you're saying, oh, I want you to come and you know where I live at? I want you to hire somebody to come in and clean my house up for me and pay all my bills, you know what I mean? And represent my house and ain't even never been there. That's so ludicrous to me. When you got people like Doug Williams that you can call on, you know, Melvin Spears, you got Rod Broadway, you got coaches, Pete Richardson, that you can call on and bring them in there and let them help evaluate and choose without going and getting these hiring services. I don't think a hiring service to be the head football coach, major schools don't do that, man. That's why they hire athletic directors. Presidents,
they ended up spending what, $70,000, $80,000 just to hire a guy that was already on their staff. Like the athletic department could have used that money, right, Coach?
Shit, I'm telling you, Coach.
They went through a hiring committee, paid them, let's say $50,000, because I'm sure they paid them somewhere around that, right, just to hire a guy that was already the interim coach.
Yeah, Coach. I mean, it's so.
Hey, Coach, we could have done that, huh, Coach?
Let me give you the story of St. John's, how they hired Patino. The AD came in. You know, St. John's is a basketball powerhouse, used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they want to get back there because that's money. Same thing, University of Miami. Same thing as Florida State. And the AD told his committee, y'all give me 20 names.
But ultimately what happened, Sarge, is that you hired the guy who was already the interim. And you paid a law firm to help y'all navigate that process. That's what I'm saying. When you could have used that money that you paid the law firm to buy helmets, shoulder pads, water, Gatorade for your athletic department. That's all I'm saying.
And if the AD knew football, it was the right hire. I wouldn't reject that hire. You just came off a national championship team. I would have let him clear the house and hire his staff. Now I would have done that with Coach Cozy. Coach Cozy I don't think he was a bad choice. He was right there. He was the right hand man of Coach Simmons. So, but I am against going out and hire a firm him right.
Thank you.
I don't think she sold him right. He checked all the boxes, Coach. Shawn Gibbs checked all the boxes. All the boxes. You know what I'm saying? He even had one over Cozy that he had been a head coach before. And so he even had one more check than Cozy. But Cozy had the inside. But Coach Cozy wasn't a bad choice at all. Not at all. I'd have kept things together too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think ultimately, it worked out for both institutions.
Yes.
A&T got who they wanted. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Had the guy probably coached it, I'm gonna give you a scenario, Coach, that really is a real life scenario. You hire Coach Gibbs. He wins another Florida A&M wins another national championship. I believe he's going to A&T anyway. And y'all are looking for a coach, and y'all don't have coach.
You need to be on your job on the HBCU Coaches Corner. You out partying.
Yeah. But I bet he's not going to miss Trey Oliver tomorrow. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, well, I'm a little tired. I got to always miss. I'm really, really happy about my middle school 6th graders beating the 8th graders in the scrimmage today, Coach. We running the hobo, baby.
Running the hobo offense, Coach.
Shout out to my kids, man. I love them to death, man. It's just so fun, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, guys, look, we on tomorrow. We got the number one. Our show thinks this is the number one HBCU coach this year. We got Trey Oliver coming on tomorrow night. So he's going to give you a chance. It's going to be 10 o'clock his time. It's going to be 7 o'clock my time. And it's going to be 9 o'clock Central Time.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.